everybody, my name is The Spectrum and welcome to episode 2 of the Dragonborn quest in Skyrim. This episode, we're going to make our way to Riverwood along with Hadvar here. Last episode, we escaped Helgen.
Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
You can stop talking now. I do want to, continue my sentence. Anyway, what he's just basically given us there is the ability to go and join... Did I just say enjoin? I meant to say join the Imperial Legion, which you can do regardless. If you want to go and join the Stormcloaks now, you can. If you want to join the Imperials, you can. It doesn't matter who you start off with, really.
Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares.
That will be important for a later quest.
Creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it.
It's one of the few dungeons I find that's really linked into the story. Then again, yeah. I guess it's just a way of getting you started. Alright.
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape.
Nice.
Go ahead, see for yourself.
So basically what these are, in gaming terms, are these like your 3 starting Pokemon you have to make a choice with. They're not, in mechanical terms they're really not, but that's the way you can think about it. You've got to think, how is your character going to turn out? Are they going to turn out as a mage-based character, as a thief-based character, or in our case a warrior-based character? Now what these do essentially is give you an effect which increases whichever skill they govern by 20%. So if you go into your skills, you'll find that there are 6 skills for each of the guardians. So you've got mage skills here, which ranges from illusion to enchanting. You've got the warrior, which ranges from smithing to archery, and then you've got the thieves, which range from light armor to alchemy. What's kind of annoying is that light armor is in the what's it called, the thief, yet you have to get part of the smithing tree to get decent light armor. That's the only thing that irritates me about this tree setup, but other than that, that's how it all works. So as our character is mainly going to be warrior based, using warrior perks, we're going to go to the warrior stone. As you can see, those under the sign of the warrior will learn all combat skills 20% faster, meaning have one sign of blessing at a time. But if you want to, you can come back and get any of them.
You shouldn't have been on that cult the minute I laid eyes on you.
Yeah, see, Hadvar and Rayloft, the 2 that you can start off with, they will basically say the same thing per stone. They'll say, yeah, warrior, it's fine. Mages, they say the same thing. They both say, well, to each his own, and then thief, they basically try and convince you out of it. But you can do whatever you want. It's your game. There is actually another stone which gives you, instead of just a 20% increase in the 6 trees that it governs.
As far as I'm concerned,
do you mind? I'm trying to talk here.
But until we get that confirmed,
you can get one stone which will increase all of them by 15%, and it also gives you a it gives you an extra effect when you go to sleep. Come here. Oh, here's the thing I should have mentioned in perks. I don't actually have a weapon that I can use for my example. I didn't. Oh, there's so many things. I played through this section before for the videos. Actually, I need to pick that up for my smithing, don't I? And what happened was, it turns out my mic was too low and you couldn't hear me, so I wanted to record it, re-record it even. So
I'm glad you decided to come with me.
Do you mind? I'm always in the middle of a sentence when this guy's talking. What I decided on while playing that was I was going to take this character in a bit of a different twist to what I started off with, because while playing it I found the block with the shield, for me it doesn't do anything. To me it's just something you have to remember in combat, which I don't like doing. I'd rather just slash away and hope I survive and then run out of there if I'm in a losing battle. So I was thinking of ditching the block thing, and instead of going dual wield, because that's kind of clunky on the PC, I decided to just make it a two-handed
Come on, there's my own.
a two-handed character, which I think is simpler no matter which way you look at it.
Talking to Sven?
Uncle Halvar, hello.
So here we reach Hadvar's uncle's house, which happens to be the Smithery Inn in not Riften, Riverwood.
What happened to you, boy? Are you in
Uncle,
some kind
please,
of trouble?
keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
I'm just a guy.
He's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
No, you're good. Oh no, there he is. For some reason, the character mapping in this game is so bad. He's standing here, he steps down to walk that way, yet he could just walk over here.
Every day we get visitors in River.
Oh, I just knocked over sorry. I didn't mean to knock that over. I didn't see it there. It was hiding behind the barrel. Alright. Oh well, he's opened the... That was a bit weird. Then again, Skyrim's like that. It just does random stuff like that.
Sigrid, we have company.
Oh, they have a downstairs. Pretty nice house you got here. I guess he is a smith, so I guess he'd have a lot of money for a decent house.
We've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Sit in the chair.
Now then, boy, what's the big mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
Yeah, we beat the
I
cave
don't know
bear.
where to stop. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here.
Really, it was no
I need to
bother.
get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help.
Okay, so here you can basically take anything that he has on offer. I'm pretty sure it's randomized. You're going to have to check that for yourself, because if you start off as the Stormcloaks, I believe you get different stuff. However, this is the same as it was last time, so it's probably randomized each game start. But we'll take the good stuff here, so we'll take the Garnet, because it's worth a lot. We'll take the Iron Ingot, we'll take the Lockpick, we'll take the Potions, because they're always good. We'll take the Ring, and the Necklace, because they're all worth stuff. The food I find to be pretty lame, to be honest. I will leave the Tunic.
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Okay, so that's all we need to talk to. We can talk to him about, you know, things like can he use his forge, and stuff about the war, but for now,
Until
we don't
next
have
time.
to talk about that. We can move on with the quest. So, the first thing I want to do,
Well,
Don't
I'd better
pester
get
your
back to
cousin.
work.
take this gold, because now we can
To
take
make yourselves at
anything
home.
in his house. And he's now gonna leave, which is actually what I want him to do. Because
Take
I've now
what you
got
need, my friend.
2...
Within reason, of course. May
Alright,
the gods watch over your battles,
can I
friend.
ask if I can... No. Alright, I'll go and
Alright.
sell my bow. I seem to have 2 long bows, and it prevents me from hotkeying one of them.
One of us has to do something.
These guys are having a bit of a fight.
I don't know what you overheard.
I'm going to quickly
Trinkets,
ignore
odds
that
and
speech,
ends,
because I'll
that
get to
sort of thing.
hear it in a minute. I'm going to quickly... Yes, I know all about that. I'm going to quickly sell him... No, I don't want to buy it. I want to sell him one of my longbows so I can favourite one of them. And I wonder if I've got enough to buy a greatsword, an iron greatsword. Not enough. But I can get one on the raid I'm about to go on. So, come back to that. Q... Set at the
Damn
3.
thieves.
Okay, so now we can come back to that. But first, I want to go and find, there he is, this guy over here. I run over to him. Fendel, hello.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose.
So this guy,
Lord Village.
Fendel, he has a favour to ask of you, which we can talk to him about in a minute. And if you complete it, he'll become your follower. Now this introduces a pretty interesting loop, but at the same time, it gives you a follower before you get to Whiterun, which is pretty useful. So let's talk to him.
He's a bard, so he says. Occasionally, he finds time to do his job here at the mill. Thinks his ballads and sonnets are going to convince Camilla Valerius to marry him. As if she would say yes. An intelligent, beautiful woman like her wouldn't fall for that nonsense. I hope.
Yeah. You hope? You don't sound very sure.
I've been thinking. Maybe Camilla needs a little help seeing Sven for what he is. Could you give her this letter and say it's from Sven? I think I've matched that Nord's lack of cleverness perfectly.
Okay, so if we open our journal here, which you can hit hotkey on the keyboard by pressing J, you can uncheck or recheck any quests you have on here. If you don't have a quest checked, if you pick up a new quest, it will automatically select it for you. So we uncheck Before the Storm because that's the main quest. Select miscellaneous. You have to select miscellaneous if you want to follow a miscellaneous quest, and select deliver Fendel's letter. This is an optional quest. You don't have to do it. You won't fail it if you don't do it. So that will that's basically if you take the opposite side to this quest, you can go and tell Sven what Fendel's plan is, and I believe that just makes it so Fendel won't follow you. I'm not sure if it does anything else. I haven't yet done it. These guys were just arguing because apparently we won't replay the speech, the dialogue in between them. I'm having a lot of word blanks today.
Could talk some sense into
But it just sets up a quest that you have to talk to him anyway. So we'll talk to him when we get back from this little side quest we're going to go on.
You're not from around here.
I have a letter from you. So as you can see here, you can say either Fendel says that it was from Sven, but you know he's lying, or you lie to her and say it's from Sven straight away, which we're going to do because that's what you need to do to complete the quest.
Another poem, I bet. He does know how to make a girl blush. What's this? If that oaf thinks all I'm going to do is stay in that filthy house of his and clean, you can tell Sven that he already has a mother. I'm not speaking to him anymore.
I love that response. I think that's brilliant. I just think that's fantastic. Right, let's go and talk to Fendel. Let's hope he's not glitched out in the mill like he was in my last Let's Play last time I did this. I don't think he is. No, there he is. Last time he was stuck in the mill house there, which was pretty bad.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose.
I don't think Camilla will be spending any more time with Sven.
I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
It's only like 25 gold, but it's good. Now you can select follow me, I need your help.
Lead the way.
Now, if you talk to him, I haven't got enough gold to show you right now, but if you talk to him now, he'll do it anyway. He can train you to get better at archery. This increases your archery level every time you pay him. He can only teach you up to 5 times a day, like any other teacher can, for any skill, and he can only teach you up to a certain level. I believe he can only teach you up to level 25 at the moment. I'm not sure on that, don't quote me on that, but he can only teach you up to a certain extent. But for an early level, that's pretty good. And the fact is, now that he's a follower, you can take all the gold you spend on training back from him. So essentially you could loop through multiple levels several times. It's a pretty decent loop early on in the game, and I would recommend it if you're going to be an archer like we will. Now I've actually got my bow hotkeyed, so that's good. I'm going to go up here to Embershard Mine. Throughout this Let's Play I'm going to be showing you places and quests you can do to help level up your character to make the the main quest that little bit less of a struggle. And as he's at long range, we're gonna take him out. There we go. Took him down pretty easy. You see with a follower it's so much easier. But leave inside. We'll take the hide boots, I guess. I will take the hide armor. It's worth taking low weight items in the earlier levels just to spam selling them. You make a decent amount of money. You can sell it all because you'll never hit that limiter for the vendors, and then at the same time it increases your speechcraft, which is always useful. Right here, I'm gonna reset my arrow. I'm gonna activate the tripwire, and some boulders fall down. Oh joy! And unfortunately, the characters in this game still get hurt on fallen rocks. So sneak. Oh, that should have hit him. I feel cheated from that. Slash, he's got a long sword, we need that. So I want to be a two-handed character. Die! Alright, that's just... okay, take that. We'll also take... we'll take everything he's got. And we'll take everything you've got, apart from the Iron Mace. Okay, so that's going to open up... because I just felt like... the shield wasn't doing anything, and this would probably be a lot more powerful as well. The shield, last time I played through this, was not doing anything. It wasn't doing anything notable either. It was just... where's it gone? Iron shield, unfavorite, unequip. Go into items, and that could be number 1, I guess. Now that could be number 2, because... wait. Oh, that's a one-handed weapon. I thought it was a long... which one had the long sword? Neither of them, apparently. Well, that was a waste. It was like a transforming... a transformation of swords there. That was weird. Never mind. Unless I've selected the wrong weapon. No. No. Anyway, we're going to come over here, pick up this pickaxe, and mine some iron ore. For this character specifically, when we want to get into our smithing, we're going to need that iron ore, which we can make into iron ingots, but I suggest doing it as any character in this level of the game, just so you have something to sell that's worth it to make some money. Now, when you mine for ore, you'll get 3 items each round. One of them has a possibility of being something like a garnet, or some kind of, you know, raw, like some kind of gem. But as you can see, mostly we get in just iron ore at the moment. As I said, it's just a useful tool to get your speechcraft levels up, etc, etc. It's very, very useful. Now, let's come over here. I need to reselect my bow, put that away. I'm just going to grab the wine. It's got a pretty decent value for this part of the game, and it weighs so little. And here we're going to bring down the bridge, and as they come through we're going to... there we go. Perfect shot. Neither of these guys are using the weapons I want them to use. We'll just hack and slash. Ow, ow. The reason I don't like using... get fatalities. The reason I don't like using things such as... we got enough. Dual wielding weapons is purely because it's so clunky on PC for me personally. Like, if you switch what's in your left hand from being the sword you pick to use or the weapon you pick to use, you have to go back into your favorites menu just to select it. That to me, ow, is useless. Like, the whole point of having hotkeys is that you're supposed to be able to just grab whatever. There we go, there's a two-handed sword. Let's go and sort this out. Iron sword, no. Iron great sword. Favorite, unfavorite. Select. Q1. I just prefer two-handed weapons, always have done. It's just my style. We'll take the hide shield because it's worth a lot. won't take the staff. I don't like staffs in this game. They're too expensive for what they are, and you can never ever find a vendor who has enough money to buy them off you. So I don't like picking them up in the first place. Did I mine this iron back here? Don't think I did. Let's grab some. Yeah, so say like, for example, you put something... When you have two weapons selected, you can have a weapon selected in your left hand. But if you hotkey it goes automatically into your right hand. It won't go into your left. So if you put something in your left hand after that, say, I don't know, a spell or anything really, anything you want to put in your left hand, you have to go back. I mean, even if you bring your bow out, if you want to put a certain weapon in your left hand, you can't do it. So you have to go into your favorites and select it. And to me, that's the point of having, you know, hotkeys if you're spending your time, you know, fumbling around in your favorites menu. Just get some early damage on him.
Someone there?
I moved. Alright, let's just go and pummel him.
I heard something.
Hi-ya! And it does a lot more damage as well. If you've just noticed. Does a ton more damage. And here's why we have... Oh, you've got a two-handed weapon as well. Alright, come here, come here, come here. That was a terrible, terrible shot. I don't know why I took it. Ah, there we go. Archery gets a lot better when you increase it. Ah, there we go. Smithing increased to level 21. We'll take the book as well. It's worth quite a bit. It's another iron greatsword. We'll take these iron ingots. Oh. It's an archery war. And I shot you in the toe. Alright. This is one of the things I hate about Skyrim character. That was a terrible shot. The character mapping in Skyrim, they do this little strafe thing that doesn't even seem natural. They just move for no reason. It really irritates me. I think she has a steel greatsword. That's awesome. We need that. Let's go into our items menu. So we've already had our iron greatsword made redundant. That's always fun. But I guarantee we won't find something as good as steel longsword for quite a while. And the good thing about using that is we don't have to focus on one-handed weapons and something like I don't know, what would you something like block. You wouldn't actually have to bother with that. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that choice. I mean, I'm thinking about starting up a melee character at some point as well, which I haven't done yet on PC. I've done it before on Xbox. I actually made a character profile for it. What it would look like around level 30 anyway. I'll probably do another one on my mage at some point in the near future, because my mage is almost done now in terms of getting past the early levels. He's getting into the late game, and I wanted to show him off at some point. And here's another iron ore vein. Grab this. So yeah, it's just more useful to focus on 3 perks when you're leveling up throughout the earlier levels. Just to focus on them, make them your highest priorities, and then spread out. I mean, with my mage at the moment, I've got level 80. Let me do this quick lockpick. I have level over 80 alteration, 80 conjuration, and I have, I think, nearly 70 destruction perks, and then I'm going into some more enchanting. I'm going to be going to smithing soon, so I can just have some my playstyle is to take hits. If I take a hit, I don't want it to do too much damage, and I find that as a mage, sometimes you do take a very, very brutal hit, even with alteration perks. So I just want to use some heavy armor just for the sake of it. Just for the sake of, I have perks, I want to spend them, I will. And yeah. So I'll be doing some of that. But I was saying, I might make an orc character on the PC soon. And with that character, I'm going to be using like two-handed weapons, heavy armor, and that's it. That's like 2 perks, so I can spend some time doing my smithing as well. Branch up my smithing tree. And then after that, I guess it would just be in speech, I guess. Alright, anyway, now that we've done that little side quest, I believe it's time to end the episode there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video today. That was just a quick little side quest and a little tip there. Next episode, I will be doing some merchant shenanigans, just showing you what it's like to sell some stuff off, start a new quest, etc. And then we'll be moving on to Whiterun. So, I hope you enjoyed. As always, this has been The Spectrum, and I shall see you next episode.